Hey Andy,
Yes, Dale.
what's your favorite Tool song?
Pass.
What do you mean pass?
I don't know.
You don't like Tool?
I don't even know who they are.
You don't know Tool?
No, must be an American thing.
I must have been an international thing, but just flew over your head. So Tool has a Tool has a song called Stink Fist. Um and now we're going to talk about Rikishi because that's Stink Face and you totally killed and obliterated my introduction. So thank you very much for that.
But what are we talking about today then?
So this is what we got to say. Where on the world or where in the world is Rikishi during the biggest story in the past 15 years in wrestling? And people could say whatever they want. The Bloodline is drawing ratings. Yes, there have been great angles over the past 20 years with people, but this is the most compelling storyline because it's almost like a script that's been going on for a while. I'd say for the pandemic years, it's almost 4 years since. And one of the main people in the Annoy tribe, I guess you could say, Rikishi, has been nowhere seen. Like we've seen his children plenty of times, and they've been fantastic pawns and performers in this whole story. But has he been?
And this is the thing, isn't it? Like for me personally, if you look at it from even I'm a father myself, and it's like someone's beating up my kids all the time. I'd want to be stepping in and saying, "Hang on, what's going on here? Show respect." And I don't think he'd be scared of Roman battering him because he's an elder, isn't he? In essence, do you know what I mean?
Is he though, or is he just like a really? Is he? What do they do it? He's in the role where he's like a 1099 employee. Well, technically, everybody in the
Yeah.
WWE is 1099.
So.
So it's contracting work. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
He's doing
So,
contracting work.
so he's like a tweener. He's not an elder, but he's not one of the active Samoans.
Yeah, like you
I
could
mean,
count
saying
on
that though,
him.
he got into the Hall of Fame, so realistically, he should be an elder, really, shouldn't he?
Yeah, but sometimes these people in the Hall of Fame, they coast on their
Uh,
morals. That's why they got these
yeah.
Legends deals.
Would you have him come back, slap Cody Rhodes or slap Jey Uso, and then say, "I did it for The Rock"?
I'm surprised that it has not even been mentioned. And you want to talk about memorable characters, and I was thinking about this too. So take a guy like Brad Armstrong, right? Or no, I'm sorry, Brian Armstrong, who's the Road Dogg, right? Road
Yeah.
Dogg had catchphrases. He came out there, did his jig, whatnot. Was he the greatest wrestler compared to his brothers? No, but he was still somebody you could have a competent match with, right? Rikishi said, I did it for The Rock, and everybody remembers that. And everybody remembers his face. Everybody remembers this is a heel turn.
Everyone else remembers something else to his face, though, don't he? He's more famous
Yeah,
for
I'm getting
the other
there.
end.
I'm getting there, yeah. And that's kind of why it's kind of sick when you think about it, how Vince saw the ass and said, This is what I want. Knowing what we know now, we're not getting into that. But he said, Let's do it. Let's do it. Takes my shit. Anyway, but with Rikishi, though, I'm so surprised at the fact that he's really not been on TV with this. It could have happened at some point. I just don't remember. And it should have been a bigger deal if it did happen.
No, he hasn't.
Um, which one? It hasn't, right? Look, so when you look at the history of Rikishi, he obviously had several different characters that he was across the way. And then it finally came to fruition where, hey, look, this is going to be who I am. My large ass is going to win some titles, and I'm going to do some crazy bumps, which he did do some crazy ass bumps that people don't
He doesn't get the
realize.
respect for that, does he?
No, no, no. Except that frog. Do you remember that splash off the top of the cage on Val
Yeah.
Venus?
Yeah.
Brilliant,
The Hell in
brilliant.
a the Hell in a Cell fall.
And here's a funny thing. Why did he go to the center of the cage instead of the corner?
Pressure points.
Well, yes, but I think also because, like every single Samoan that's been in WWE, they are camera conscientious and they know
Yeah.
the shot when they got it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's it. The
Think of
blood,
that
the
that head-on
bloodline,
shot from the
the
middle.
bread, the bread for it, aren't they? Now, if you were to bring Rikishi in at this point, Where would you bring him?
I told you my idea. And it's crazy because it could happen, but
Okay,
my
but
idea,
tell the world, Dale.
all right.
You just tell me.
I'm not a fantasy booker, but I'm telling you, this is what I really think. Let's say The Rock's facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, right? And The Rock is just having, I'm sorry, Reigns is having such a hard time putting away Rock. You have every single elder, everybody in the tribe, everybody on the at that table coming out one by one, standing about 6, 7 feet apart on the entranceway, and they're watching the downfall of the tribal chief, or they're seeing what the outcome will be with that, right? So then at the final ending, after you have about 6, 7, 8 members of the family, because I think there's a lot more than that, the final two are going to be Jimmy on one side and maybe Jay next to him. And next to them is their dad. And they're watching this, and the look of Reigns from frustration to angst to anger to pity to sorrow because he can't put away the Rock as he keeps looking back at that stage. The Rock finally puts him away. And then they file back. Now, I'm saying this is just imagery as far as like a poem for wrestling. Like this is almost like a full circle of the actual tribal chief going down. And I'm considering this as something that obviously I have no skin in the game and I'm not writing for this, but it'd just be a great visual interpretation.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, it's very, very simple. Have him as the special guest referee for Jay versus Jimmy at WrestleMania.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, just literally that simple. There's no need to include them with anything else. Just there's two boys want to fight. Okay, my boys want to fight. I'm going to make sure that it's fair. Job done.
I think, you know what? That's a great idea. And he has enough in him to cut a good promo
Yeah, yeah,
saying, I want you guys to cut the crap.
yeah. And then also when Solo comes out and tries to help Jimmy, he can take his son's other son to the woodshed.
Could you imagine? Oh, would he stink face them
I think maybe Solo.
or Paul?
Yeah, or Paul. Yeah, yeah, that'd be a good one, wouldn't
Oh
it?
man.
That'd be great. That would be so good. And I reckon Paul would take it as well.
Hey, Paul is probably the unsung hero about this whole story.
Yeah, yeah.
Just the promos that he cuts are just fantastic.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
and he has so much gravitas to it.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
with anybody that he managed to,
yeah.
except for maybe Ryback.
Well, guys, as we say, we just wanted to talk a bit about Rikishi because we just feel like Rikishi's been a little bit absent from this whole storyline. Let us know what you do to get Rikishi in there because I feel like he is part of the dynasty and I feel like he deserves that. Both from me and the D. Until next time,
You
wipe
want
it
me to say
properly.
take that D? No, I'm not doing that.
Definitely not. Right.
Not today.
Keep it classy, San Diego.